Welcome back to Vernlogic. I have another special guest here with me. It's been a long time coming for me, but this is going to be a great interview. I have to the right of me. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, man, it's the Love Movie 1080p, Division North's own, Long Branch's own, Jersey's own. If you don't know me, get in tune with it, man. Look it up, Apple Music, whatever, man. Just check the boy out.
For sure, you feel me? He got a big musical footprint. I would say, you feel me? Got a plethora of music. When did you actually start making music? Start that off.
I started building my catalog itself. I would say my first official release on all streaming platforms would be 2014, I believe.
2014.
But I mean, as far as making projects and albums, I made my
been-
first demo when I was in fifth or sixth grade in a professional studio.
Yeah.
I think I rapped over Jay-Z's "A Million" and "Can I Live." Me and a fellow artist that's from Long Branch, we started making demos like that.
Okay. All right, perfect. So yeah, you said you started producing what you said like around 2014, like your first
Like actual,
tapped into
I would say
music.
actual work that like began the catalog.
Okay.
Maybe 2014, but I mean, as far as like just making music and production and being an artist, that started way earlier for me.
Okay.
I was always around studios. My cousin owned a studio back in the day called Authority Studios, where famous black sopranos from around our area recorded and Lancelot. I was able to be around that and get a lot of influence and learn a lot about the game. And that's actually where I recorded my first ever demo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
was in the studio.
Was in that studio right there. And I would say even from that, we took it and got our own equipment.
Okay.
So I would say I did my first official album with our beats that we produced in 11th grade.
In 11th grade.
So we were selling.
You started young though.
We were selling albums in school for $5. We used to diss,
like the little CD discs.
Even funnier, we used to cats used to diss each other in school when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And print the cover at home and come into school the next day
with
and
the diss track
each other and sell it to everybody else in school.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? So it music has always been key in my development. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. I definitely know. Yeah, as far as your family, like y'all, for me, the way before 1 a.m. talks about y'all always been around music. Like that's something that y'all always been like.
The house was always full of music. My mother was a singer. She toured with Kenny Lattimore. She did some other stuff. My grandfather's record collection says it all. The house we grew up in was just full of soul, full of everything. I mean, and I also feel like our household allowed us to have freedom in our musical taste. Nobody was judged for what they wanted to listen to. We all had our own ear and our own taste palette for music that we liked. You know what I mean? So it was a pleasure growing up the way we grew up.
Okay, that's what's up. What made you come up? Did you always have that name that you have?
No, I was called Prof for a while. I was called Prof for my whole career because of prophecy.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean, and I came up in that era where you had names like that.
People was named like King and stuff like that.
It meant something to have. You know, you wanted your rap name to mean something. You wanted your style to mean something. It was just important. Nowadays I feel like, and I love what music has evolved to and what artistry has evolved to. But I just feel like everybody's a little something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a little something more. Bandman something more.
I know. That's so generic.
Like the same stuff, right? Yeah. So it was like, but when I came up with the Love Movie 1080p, that was more so a play on. One, I'm obsessed with romantic comedies.
Okay.
I love romance movies. My favorite movie of all time is Comet. My second is Boomerang. You know what I'm saying? Like I
gotta see those. Never seen them.
Listen, Boomerang, from Boomerang to Love Jones to Comet to 500 Days of Summer. These are movies that are like they were big on like me creating this whole style, this artist you see. And 1080p was because, I was called prophecy because visually I felt like I was telling things.
I see how you tapped
to life. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw it before it happened, right? And then it became where it was 1080p because what I was saying was you could see it.
Like visually, you was painting a picture. I kind of figured. I was like,
together,
damn.
And it came up with the Love Movie because I love movies.
Yeah.
And I also feel like with my career, it's always been the saddest love story with music.
Okay.
Because music is a woman who's never given me what I feel like I deserve back, but I consistently stay attached to her. I've never left. No matter how
Damn.
she treats me, when everybody says, "Oh, next year gonna be the year I make a
Yeah,
Billy,"
yeah,
and that's not the year,
yeah.
I still stay
Still,
with her.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad that she can treat me however she wants,
And
and
you
I
just
love her so much.
still
I
let her
always
beck and
do.
call.
It's
Oh,
like
that's
it's a
crazy.
sad love story.
Never hear nobody like explain their connection with music like that. So it's like, it's really like I don't know. Some with the visuals, you got it, because as soon as you said like, and I always wanted to ask you that. I never asked you why you called yourself that, but I was like 1080. Like it got it because when I started tapping with the cameras, I was like, oh, and then the
And at the time,
correlation
there
make
was
more
no
sense.
4K when I made this name. There was
Oh,
no
that's
like
see,
1080p was the highest level of resolution.
okay,
You know what I mean? So it was like that was it. So when I put that
yeah,
together, and I put it together with the idea of, when you go see show, I wanted to be an artist. I love when I do a show and they're expecting 10 people. They expect a band.
yeah.
I mean, you get just me. It's like when you see Paramore, or you're a party next
Oh,
door.
so like
You're
they're
the
thinking
weekend.
like, oh, it's probably a group
Yeah,
of
like this
people, and they're
name, I
like,
think it is one
oh, it's
person.
just an
It's
individual.
an individual, and I started thinking about seeing your name on the headlines, right? I want to be on the shows with The Weeknd, with Party Next Door, with Paramore, with the rah rah, with the yeah yeah yeahs, or the rah rah riot. You know,
Yeah,
Love Moves NDP sounds nice next to that. It sounds like it
it's
fits.
real
It
calm.
sounds
Like,
like it fits though. You get names that are bigger than just as big as the artist.
yeah,
Knowing how to present yourself, right?
I feel like it for me, it aligns with you, so that's fine.
I love it. I love it.
Let's talk about your new project. When was that released?
February of
February.
this year, I dropped a project produced by Lotte called "In Love Again," which is sold on Even. You pick what you want to pay, and it is yours. You deal directly from the artist, and when you do buy the project on Even, you get a little gift from me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's also on all streaming platforms. And before that, I dropped Crash, and
Okay.
I've been kind of doing this where every project I want to find a producer and give that project to him.
Oh, like on some like one-on-one type.
Yeah,
Like,
so
let's lock in for
I
this.
don't mix producers up.
Oh, you
I'm
don't put
gonna
like
work on
3-4 producers on a
No,
project.
I
It's
pick
just one
one
song.
producer for that project each
Like
time.
that.
That way, it's like it's your album too. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's your album too.
so like when the streams
Yeah,
go, it's just me and you, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and I like
It's like,
that.
and it allows you to show the same way I want to show my work. It allows you to show how diverse you are because you're supplying all of the different sounds for that
Yeah,
project. You know
and
what
I'm
I'm saying?
just
All of
putting my
it.
lyrics on it.
Yeah. So it's like your album too. So the last one was done by Party Michael,
Okay,
and this one was done by Lotte.
okay,
The next one might be done by either Mr. Encore, who was another local guy cats knew about for a while,
okay.
or I might go to my own Slice Billy,
Yeah,
But I'm trying to work with producers I love, I respect, I like, and build a fresh catalog
off
for
of that.
myself and them.
I feel like it's a good strategy, like you said. It showcases you and it showcases them to really, see the magic that y'all could create. So that's fire. I like that. I like that. Uh, did you ever have a song? Because I know a lot of artists, they're so picky and like so hard on themselves. So like, do you ever had a song that you liked, but the viewers didn't like it, or you
I
seen the
never
feed?
really cared. I tell artists this all the time. It's not your job to care about what the people are responding to. It's your job to create the art. It's like a
Okay.
painting, right? So it's
Mm.
like I make a painting, I put it out, and there's good reviews on Basquiat and there's bad reviews on Basquiat.
Right.
Some people understand loud, aggressive art. Some people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people. My father doesn't like Basquiat's art.
Okay.
I think it's amazing.
You think it's great? Word.
He thinks it's just paint thrown any way type of way on something
Like
to look crazy, like somebody's just throwing stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
you
if
see
Basquiat was never worried about what we were going to say.
Mm.
He was making what he felt. So for me, it's like there's probably a million songs like that.
Yeah.
There's probably a million that aren't. I've never even had that conversation.
Word.
Because for me, it just doesn't. It's never going to affect the art I make.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't really worry about it.
Nah, that's far. See, it's like
make,
every time I talk to a new like interview person, they always tap me into something different because like you really gotta, for me, push and go full throttle because when it comes to like the outside, for me, outsiders, you're like, I'm putting the work out. For me, whoever comes and gravitates to it is gonna gravitate naturally. So
who isn't? Some people like cheeseburgers, some people don't. And my job is not to worry about who likes cheeseburgers. It's to make the best cheeseburger I can.
Yeah.
And put it on the market. You know what I mean? And believe that my product will sell. So it's like when it comes to music, it's always subjective. It's always selective. It's what a person wants. Everybody likes different things, right? So
Yeah.
I can't worry about
Who's gonna like this
who's gonna
bar,
like this,
or
who's gonna
they
like.
was expecting all
Yeah,
this, and then I just put out
no,
this.
I
Like,
give you what I.
kind of have to
My
accept what
music
I'm
is
putting out.
a reflection of what I'm going through at that moment in my life.
Okay.
I don't expect everyone to understand it, but it's my therapy as well.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm creating these projects, they're themed, they're about something, and that's where I stand. That's where I sit. You may get it, and
And
you
if
may
you don't
not,
get it, you don't
but it's
get it.
for the person who can relate.
So do you feel like you storytell more so in your like your music?
I feel like the best of us storytell, but I don't feel like I storytell in a Nas way.
Okay.
First of all, I don't rap that much, right?
Right.
But I don't feel like I storytell in like I'm a Nas or Slick Rick story.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I storytell in a way I was a journalism major. I know how to write. I'm a poet.
Oh,
So I storytell in a way as far as you're gonna know what I'm feeling, know what I'm talking about. There's going to be a high and there's going to be a low. I'm giving you the straight basics of what you know about literature.
Yeah.
Right?
No, really.
I'm putting it in my music. So when I'm making a song, there's going to be your highs, there's going to be your lows. I take from Jay-Z's book. I don't worry about a single or a song. I worry about is the project going to be cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
So my albums, that's why I do full projects.
Oh.
I'm not a guy who just releases one song, 2 songs here. No, if I
or like a 6-song little EP, you're doing a whole.
I'll do 6 songs, but you're going to get them at once.
Okay.
And you're going to get them with a short film or with something that. So every project right now, my last 2 projects have short films on my YouTube.
Okay.
Every song I've made in the last 4 years has a video.
Damn.
I don't put a song out without a visual anymore.
Because that's and that keeps up with your name, like how visually you want people to
we're in a visual
understand.
day and age.
Yeah, people want to see.
People want to see.
footage.
Nobody wants to. Now I'll listen to a Don Toliver song or something without no video because it's Don. He's already grabbed my attention.
He's already he's got that to that point.
But as an artist, we're in a visual day. You got to be a visual artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like now everything I try to keep as a story, giving you something to hold on to or something to connect to.
Right.
And that's just the game. That's the way I feel like it should be played right now. You know, we are in music is like music videos are short films. They're movies now.
They are. They definitely are. I mean that's good though. I appreciate that. This is crazy. Have you ever had failures when it comes to music or life in general?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I feel like failing is the only way you know what success tastes like.
Absolutely.
You can't be successful without multiple failures.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason I say that is because adversity builds character. Characters will lead you to being a champion. There's no champion who doesn't have a story.
Absolutely. Everybody has a story.
Your losses are part of your story, right? The losses are really what makes the story. Nobody watches a documentary about somebody's childhood and they say everything was just great.
You know everything was a win.
I never had to worry about nothing. I got every time I tried. Michael Jordan, even they talk about he didn't make the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they even to do that, they go all the way back to a failure of like 9th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
But they do it. So the thing is that I feel like I've not failed, but I've learned. I've had opportunity to learn many of times. And I think that as an artist, you need that. You go through it, and it builds character to let you know if this is really for you. I mean, there was times I feel like I should have sold 1 million records already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's always going to be a thing with me, where I feel like I should have, you know what I mean? I should have acquired a cult-like fan base to the point to where, shit, I ain't got to worry about a damn thing no more when it comes to my label. I can hire 50 people to work for me. I'm still in a state where my independence as an artist, I might only be able to pay 5 people to work.
Yeah.
I want to hire 50.
Yeah, but it's like
5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not. So I've went through disappointments where I felt like I should be somewhere right now. I'm not there, but the reality is that I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
I always tell myself that. I always tell myself, like, I see everybody else's vision, but I'm where I need to be because I'm going at my own pace. Because I feel like if you don't pace yourself the way you need to, you're gonna be going. You're gonna be all over the place. So
you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose yourself. You're gonna lose it all. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really. It's not paying attention to what other people are doing is the way you win.
Yeah.
Not caring what's going on around you, not having a timetable on a time scale on what you do, is being able to just know I'm making the effort to move forward and have progress every day.
Yeah.
And I don't expect anything but to be better than I was yesterday. I literally am just trying to make progress all the time. I don't know. I don't have a. I have a 5-year plan.
But everybody does.
But each day, I still deal in things day to day. You know what I'm saying? How am I doing today? What is there to take care of today? What's going to push the brand forward today? What's going to push? Do something a day.
You
know what I'm saying? And stick to it. And
right.
It builds up. It builds up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that me and you both are right where we're supposed to be. That's why we're having this conversation.
Absolutely. You said things and I was like, okay, I was supposed to hear that. So it's fire. It's fire. How people say, like, how were you growing up? Like, were you that cool cousin, or more so like that leadership? Like, hey, I'm gonna provide this path. Let's elevate together type of thing. Like, how was it? How was that like?
Well, I always wanted to lead and give an example and be somebody who set the tone for my younger relatives and family around me. And everybody doesn't always take the advice you get. But absolutely. I've always been a person who's given knowledge, who's given game, who felt like I'll take the bullet so we all can learn.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a lot of what I have information-wise that I've acquired, I passed down. I was always the leader coming up, I feel like, because I went first. I took it first when it came to I was the oldest. I'm the oldest.
Grabbed that baton. It was
right now we have an interview at the house I grew up in, and I was the first one of the grandkids here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of watched what I did, and if you look at it even now, it's like everyone's doing what I did.
Like, you see the different spurts. Like, okay.
Everybody has some, whether it be photography. I'm sitting here with a camera. I might be the first person they ever saw with a camera.
Yeah.
I'm the first person most of them ever saw shoot a music video. You know what I'm saying? In person, actually go to a studio.
Yeah.
And there's not one little cousin or one relative that ain't making music right now.
No, I know.
Sometimes I think if I would have been a doctor, would they have went to medical school?
Right. With that perspective of change for them type.
You know what I'm saying? I got some cousins that looked at me in a very crazy stage of my life where I was outside. They went outside. If I had never showed them that side of things, would they have? Because they always bring back a memory when they talk about it of seeing me do something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of led the ship. Some of them got the good leadership, and some got the while I was still learning.
right. The while my upbringing was going.
You know what I mean? But,
That's what's up. What's your favorite memory as a child? Like back when you was a child?
Performing Kid and Play.
Word? How was that?
I used to always perform Kid and Play any chance I got.
Yeah.
Right, as a kid. So it was like whenever there was a group, a crowd, and I could like go crazy.
You was just down with it.
I go crazy. And and I was a big athlete. So a lot of my memories as a child were about AAU basketball.
It was basketball?
I mean, playing in national tournaments, playing against O.J. Mayo, playing against Carmelo Anthony, playing against Sebastian Telfair. Playing these guys, and like I was making music the whole time, but music didn't become the focal point of what I was going to do until I decided I wasn't going to play sports anymore. And that was after high school.
Oh, so you like kind of had to make that shift as far as.
Well, I realized I wasn't getting any taller than 5'11", and I didn't have a 40-inch vertical, nor was I Nate Robinson fast. So the chances of me playing point guard at the next level was all right, let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
Let's really talk about this.
I'm probably going to get the D2, D3.
Yeah.
I started asking myself, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit here in front. Some cats, I was going crazy.
Right.
I'll scorch you, but in real life, I played in a weak short conference. This is real life. Like, 5'11" in the shore is big. You know what I'm saying? 6 foot is big.
That really is.
It's big. But in real life,
next level?
When I went to private school in Baltimore, I played at Cardinal Gibbons. Okay. My shooting guard was 6'6". Yeah, I was the smallest player in the whole conference.
No, the point guards be 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, so now it's like, look, Bronny James is called a small point guard. He's 6'2".
Yeah.
If you're 6'2" here, you're playing power forward.
Exactly. In high school, 6'2", you're center.
So it's like, for me, a lot of my younger memories, the ones I hold on to that are dear to me, I laugh about, are basketball memories. Music was a fight for me to be able to be this artist I am. Even when I was so good at sports that when I was writing raps, my dad used to find them.
Yeah.
He'd be like, yo, stop doing this. He'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Everybody hear you rap. Nobody want to hear you. And I used to curse a whole bunch when I rapped as a kid. Like, nobody want to hear no 13-year-old say all these curse words.
So all these curse words. And you thought you was doing something. Like, you was like, I'm that guy.
Also the same person who told me when I was playing Lil Wayne first album that Lil Wayne was the worst rapper in the world. He'd never be nothing. And I said, you don't even know what 400 degrees is. So we know how much my dad knew. Cause, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's 2024. They still talk about Lil Wayne.
They
Like,
still talking about that album, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's memories growing up, sports, music. I mean, everything has been about sports and music for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why when Cam dropped that album, Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment,
Yeah.
it's still
like,
the best title ever to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
Because that's something
really
that related to you.
You know what I mean? Like it was never nothing else. Like that was it.
Sport, yeah. Now, that's fire. It's crazy. Now I remember playing basketball. I was like, okay, got an athlete. But then I like that you like felt and really put the reality into perspective when it comes down to like, okay, is basketball good, or you feel me? I could do this with music. All right, let me pros and cons, because not everybody, like, I feel like a lot of people just go off of like what's working now and let me just follow through. People don't really lay it out, because for one, you could stop yourself and from doing X, Y, and Z when whole time you could have just ran with this plan.
People are delusional. They lack honesty with themselves.
Honesty and self-confidence. Like, nobody really trusts themselves to that extent. You
gotta bet on yourself, bro.
What?
Anything good that's ever happened for me only happened because I bet on myself.
You put your all into it.
Right?
Yeah.
Leaving your home, moving to different states, not knowing the soul, that's betting on yourself. Not having a complete plan when you get there, but fully just believing that you will figure it out.
Yeah.
Many times I'll book. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anywhere I've moved. I never went there because I knew people. I went there because I was chasing opportunity that I felt was there for me on the other side.
Okay.
And I figure it out when I get there.
Right. You just put the pieces together.
I get there and I make it happen. I left here when I went to Florida. I knew no one. A year later, I'm doing a grand opening of a studio, a podcast studio, and a recording studio, and a boutique, and everybody's looking at me like, "How?"
I seen that. I was like, "Yo, cuz really out there." I
bet on me. I go out there and I know what I bring to the table, and I use that to acquire relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because other people need my service. So I met even that right there. There was a company, there was investors who did not know how to do anything.
Yeah, they just had the capital.
And I knew how to do everything, right? So now I display to you how much I know how to do and all the skills I have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run this company now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is going to be my company now. There's nobody else that does this better than me, and I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? And this is what, and I'm going to show you. And I bet, and I run it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I take that and I turn that into something else. Next thing you do, you see me in Georgia.
Yeah.
Working on a whole nother album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I take that, then you see me back in Florida. I'm doing all of this, and I don't without a person I grew up with. I don't even know where they at.
Word.
It's just me. I don't have no crew. I don't have no entourage. I don't even have real talk. I don't even think I got enough friends to have a crew because I'm just so locked into what I am, and I don't talk to nobody. I'm constantly just if we're not like minded, we're not gonna. Yeah, correlation is not really tight. It's not gonna happen. So it's like sometimes it's just me, and I'm chasing like minded people who want the same thing to acquire relationships that matter.
I felt that. I agree with that 100%. Like, you really got to lock in to, like, stay down to really focus on what you got to do. Like, for you, for example, I'm the oldest grandkid, so I'm really paving the way. So, in that instinct, I got that mindset of everybody's watching me, but it's not on some hurry. It's on some, for me, make the business executive decisions and make sure that, you're aligning yourself the way you need to.
When my cousins make an album, they send it to me.
I bet they do.
Because they just want
to hear musical.
They want me to see that they actually can do it. And I'll be like, yo, it's great. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them, whenever they do something good, they're like, or something that I've done first, right? And I love it. I'd be so happy for them because I'm like, yo, you get to take whatever you seen me do and whatever you get from your own research now, execute and push it together for you. And I'm proud. It makes me proud as the first, right? Yeah. Because I'm seeing that I did play a positive effect. Right. My decisions did have a positive effect on, my relatives and people who follow behind. Yeah, at one point I had 13 artists from my city signed to me. Like, I was in charge of their distribution. Like, cats were turning albums into me. And I was releasing. I was the distributor for my community. Yeah. And it was for nothing. It was because I wanted you to have game and learn. Yeah, you seen the vision that everybody has. It's like you said, it's really great to you feel me? Like you said, when your cousins send you
the albums and stuff that they're working on, and it's like you're like, damn, I'm really like I really
Yeah, y'all are dope. I think
yeah.
they're fucking amazing. I think they're doing shit
And
that's
it's so fire because it's like, oh, we're innovators, like we're
yeah.
doing this, like, and it's so good to have like a tight knit family or the cousins that you can really lock in with and just chase the bag together. So I like
I
that.
want to see them win. You know what I'm saying? I be wanting to see everybody win. I want greatness for all of them. You know? And
Yeah, exactly.
so that's the goal, though. The goal is to create legacy, leave behind something that my family can cherish and follow, my children can follow, and just make great art. You know what I mean? And give great arts to people. You know what I mean? That's from my soul. I mean, how they appreciate it is up to them, but it's gonna be great. I do nothing but great shit.
Right. So like, what one question I know for a fact, I feel like probably some viewers would want to know, who really inspired you to be who you are today.
As far as just overall,
Yeah. Like you don't gotta say one. You could say a few. Like who really inspired you to be 1080, to be the cousin, the father, the feel me, like who, because I know everybody has inspirations.
I mean, I think that as far as like artist wise, being myself and being true to myself, was artists like Terrius Nash, The Dream, and Rico
Okay.
Love, who I saw be leaders, speakers, give game, teach, and still stay true to what they believe in as far as music.
Right.
I think when it comes down to the individual, that's a dad
Yeah.
and all of that. I think that comes from just growing up,
Growing up. Yeah.
like
Especially having a lot of cousins.
looking at what you didn't have, and then realizing what you should be as a man
Okay.
growing up. I think that I'm blessed to have all the musical influences I had, and
Yeah.
those people that led me to be the artist I am. But as the man, I've kind of developed into something I didn't know what was going to become.
Right.
I couldn't have told you where this was going to come from. You know, me being
Word.
knowledgeable of certain things, me
You
caring
just
about
found
certain things,
the plan.
and then becoming a Baha'i, which was like really crucial to me having peace
Yeah.
and creating peace and wanting to be that person that was surrounded by a peaceful environment, and those things created the, you know what I mean? So it's not everybody would have this like, oh, this person or name. I have the experiences of life created the man you see today that makes these decisions and chose to lead and do this, because I never saw anything. There was no one ever before me I saw in person, and I didn't have the greatest relationship with my biological father.
Okay.
My stepdad worked crazy, so if there's
Yeah.
anything I got from him was a work ethic.
Was the work
But
ethic.
other than that, it was like nobody ever to become spiritually aware and knowledgeable of who you are and make decisions based on your true emotional feelings and not what you feel through ego. I've never seen a man do that until me. And
Damn.
that's only happened, and I feel like that's only happening because I believe in therapy.
Yeah.
I believe in healing. And I've done both. If not, I didn't do both, I wouldn't be the person I am talking to you right now.
Word.
So I feel like a lot of the people in front of me, they haven't done those things because it's just a different era, it's a different generation,
Yeah.
and I'm here to be the first one to even be that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually sacrificing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? This is when you ask before 1 a.m. that question,
Yeah.
and I hope he mentions me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, for
that's
real.
why I am.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Ask any other artist that comes from this family, and I hope they mention me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I haven't seen that.
Word. I could just tell, you feel me, from the first time I met you to now, because you've been,
Yeah.
doing what you're doing out there. It's a lot of growth. You feel me? Like when you mention like therapy and like just healing, like nobody really takes that time nowadays to really pour into themselves, to really work on if it's their mental or just their day to day
Yeah.
things that they do. So it's like for you to say that, it's like it just shows a lot of growth and things that you went through that took a toll on you, and in the positive or negative, and you just took it and like kept going.
You have to. Every time I talk to somebody, I be like, I can tell you've been through something. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily that I've been through a lot of bullshit. I've been through necessary shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like people, your cousins mentioning you and like, oh, about mental health, like
Yeah.
like nobody really pouring into themselves like that. And I keep seeing like, I say this here, I'm a big advocate for men's mental health, men's emotions. I don't like, how sometimes the media portrays men as they can't be the protector, the provider, and then to show their emotions, they look so like I don't like that.
So did you even know I run this platform? Black Men Need Therapy too?
No. No, I didn't know that. Gotta find it. I gotta go follow it.
I highlight all the things as a culture, as black men, as men in general, how we are just, it is not important in households on how we feel. We are
exactly.
not.
I don't like that. I can't get right with that. Like
I can go through a bunch of facts about time that men spend a certain amount of time just being emotional, trying to get away from things. You know what I'm saying? Like just
right.
It's calculated throughout the year. Like it's things we go through emotionally that no one cares about. And I feel like that it's time that the only way we will grow, the only way we will get through these things is if we speak about them within community together
and talk about it. Yes,
and make it important, right? So, but you also have to be vulnerable, and I feel like we've been told not to be.
Yeah, because that just doesn't make you look as if you're strong. Like
one of the most toxic things you get told as a young man is don't cry.
Yes.
Don't look soft. What is that? I'm a human being.
Right.
I'm having an emotion. Why can I express it? Why do I have to feel ashamed to express it? Why do I have to feel it? So you grow up, you immediately grow up feeling like I can't be me.
Right, and bottled up. You don't know what type of emotions that already brings out. So
and I feel like we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. But I feel like every man should go to therapy.
I feel as though too.
I feel like everybody,
therapy in general.
I feel like it should be mandatory. Like on everybody should have, because we don't realize how much we suppress as people.
Yes, and it started from not from us.
There's a culture. I'm suppressing things from a culture that I didn't even experience firsthand.
Right,
but I feel it. I feel what's left of it. It's come on to me because my grandmother felt it.
Yeah,
it went on to her kid, and her kid had me.
Yeah,
and this is all still part of what we are, right? You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why we should fear for certain things or responses, and we're new human beings on the earth,
right?
But we still carry the same fears they had in the '60s,
exactly,
or the '70s.
That's
why traumatizing.
That's
trauma.
It is. It's so crazy. That's why I feel like that's why a lot of us just do therapy and like really think like I don't know how they did it, but right now I'm gonna take care of my mental.
Yeah. even in your relationship, right? You go through things. It may just be arguments or confrontations.
Yeah.
Right. It can be traumatizing depending on how they're dealt with. Depending if they're volatile, and people just move on to new relationships. Mm-hmm. You need to sit down and like cleanse yourself. I like how you doing your podcast. Now you got your shit going too. Man.
It's been 3 years since I've been doing it, so I really have fun. I love it. I love what I do. Like it really allows me to express myself, and I feel like that's the way I was able to, like, ever since I've been doing it, I feel like because better at life, because like it helps me express myself, because I grew up in a Caribbean household, so that's another thing. The suppression, you can't talk about this because it's only supposed to stay behind the walls and this, that, and third. So it was a lot. So that's why doing this, it allows me to use my voice to really speak and allow others to tell their story. So I love it. I love what I do. I have a lot of fun with it. I learn about so much different things. So it's pretty cool. I loved having you on here. You feel me?
Yeah, nah. Yeah. You had to get one in, you know what I'm saying?
Had to. What? And we're going to do more because, I don't know, I like your vibe. I like your vibe.
I had to get one in, man. You feel me?
Definitely.
I had to.
But yeah, I appreciate you.
Listen.
For me.
Listen, we are two up and comers. I'm always an up and comer until I come up.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I told me my they scared of greatness. They scared to be great again.
Yeah.
Like a beast, man. You gotta do this again.